Hey folks, Brando here. And I've decided to just calm down. Folks, I want to just have a mellow talk with y'all. Okay. Yeah, bullshit. Yeah, right. Give me a break. I have energy to fucking spare, folks. I've told everybody. I told this analogy to Brendan and it kind of went over his head. But I said, my favorite video game of all time is Mega Man 3. Alright? It's still a side-scroller, and you pick the levels of how you want to beat the guys. So it's like, you get the fire thing first, then you go to the ice level and use the fire thing on the ice. And then the ice you use on the bird. And the bird thing you use on the leaves. And then the leaves you use on the Charcoal Man. And Charcoal Man, you use the fucking ice. It's very logical. But he has a pet dog. I don't forget the name of the dog. Astro, I think, is the name of the dog. It's recording. Okay. It's hard to tell on this phone. This is my new camera test phone. It's the third phone, and it's a camera test. So this is number 3, whatever. I'm not even counting. Fuck it. Sunday, September 13th. But in the dog is helpful. Like, it will just be your companion, but then you can also hop onto it, and it bounces. Or it will fly, and you can, like, be like a jet, it'll fly, and then also it has a spring, and so you can, like, bounce onto higher levels and shit. It does some other stuff. But in that game, you can win 6 extra containers, like life containers, backup life containers, battery packs. So that's what I have, folks. I've got 6 extra battery packs in me, like, with the normal that I store. You know, my normal amount of energy that I store. Plus I have 3 extra. Full. All the time. Full of energy. You know, I'm just full of fucking energy all the time and ideas, and I want to just create and do shit. Like, I want to just do shit with my day and have something to show for it every day. Whatever. Somehow. And have sex. On top of all the creative stuff. You know, so there's that on top of just being awesome and, you know, like, achieving my daily goals of just being great at work and, you know, being maximum and supreme and awesome. And I can do that pretty easy, folks, because that's who I am. Alright? I am fucking supreme. And I'll stake my reputation any old day of the week on it. You know, fight me. Don't fight me. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Fuck me. You know, if you're mad at me, then let's have some makeup sex. Anyway, folks. So I'm sitting here now, and I'm doing art. And Brendan's favorite movie, he told me, and on kind of like a vulnerable time, he told me, he says, Lilo and Stitch, which I love. I absolutely fucking love that movie and adore it. And there's a spin-off television show, and there's like a couple sequels, like direct-to-video. It's all great. I fucking love the character. He's even in some video games. You know, as a fighter, a playable character, you know, that you can go into, Crystal, whatever that's called. It's like Disney, with all the Disney characters. I love it. So I'm going to do a painting, basically, from my memory. Here's what I think he looks like. So I'm going to do twins like this, pop kind of thing, and I'll just exaggerate the lines. I'll make thick, goofy lines, and then when you look at it, it'll say, oh, it's Stitch. Even though I hadn't seen the movie in 20 years, but I love it. But we watched it that night as we were going to sleep. You know? It was like the nighttime. I listened to ghost stories. And there's this guy called Rusty West. And he talks about disappearances of missing people, but they're usually in the woods or something. Like in a state place. State Forest. So I listen to him. There's one, it's like a 5-hour chunk of Rusty West, and he says, "Hello, folks, and this is another weird occurrences," and blah, 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 blah. He just has the most amazing voice. So does Dave Sundstrom. I love Dave Sundstrom, and we're friends on Facebook, and he talks to me, and we communicate, and God bless him. I think he's one of the most amazing YouTube guys. He does amazing nostalgia videos every day, of just nuggets of random things from the 50s, the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and 90s, the good shit, the good stuff. Pardon my language, Dave. He's a Mormon, but that's okay. He's a Latter-day Saint. He would probably call himself a Mormon, but I know they're changing it or whatever, and God bless him. So, Dave, when you see me and I curse, I'm sorry. I'm unfiltered, and I can't help it. I try to censor myself, and when I'm around children or squares, like in normal life, I censor my language. But when I'm doing these blogs, I can't help it. But I love your channel, and I love your kid's channel. Like, he does those cute little, band videos. I watch all of them. I think it's amazing. I was in band camp, I went for a summer, and it's great. One of my stock photo of me, James Dean is Dead, because I was writing songs when I was 15 with my friend Shane, and we actually had demos and stuff. These same songs that I finished 15 of them out of my old book. But I had this picture of me in the band room with the trombones and stuff locked up behind me, and I'm just sitting there all goth and sad, and it says James Dean is Dead, from 1991. So I've been James Dean is Dead for 30 years now, Dave. And everybody that's listening. I hope that Dave Sundstrom is watching this. Whenever he promotes my songs, he likes my music. So occasionally he's promoted 3 or 4 of my songs, and whenever he does, I get 300 hits. He has a audience of 84,000 people or something like that. He's got a giant audience. So when he'll just put it onto his board, and he promotes me sometimes. And whenever that happens, God bless you. Thank you so much, Dave. I get 300 hits, and then I usually pop a couple of new subscribers. People unsubscribe almost just as frequently as they subscribe. So, I don't know if I'd offend people, or I don't know. Whatever. I'm a whim person. I don't know how much people are watching. But I make these for myself. This is a video for me in the future that I can watch as a memory in the past. Or whatever, On Facebook is going to be around for 1,000 fucking years. All this shit is still there. So, and we're living prolonged life. I'm doing yoga and exercising and living better and clean and healthy and gluten-free and all that stuff now, folks. Trying to make myself healthy and strong so that I can live to be fucking 98 years old, in 2070, which was one of my songs from a couple days ago. Seems like weeks ago, but it was just a couple days ago. I've been writing songs every day. And I got this magic wand for $1. Frozen princess wand. As a prop. For $1 at the dollar store. I'm so happy about it. Look how cool it is. I would wear it in my chef outfit if I was able to, but it would just be impractical. But I like to use my little wands, and whenever I make something, I make them all great. Whenever I make them great, I just go and bless them, or Aaron's standing there, I just go, bless you, child, as you take the food. I get into it, folks. I get into it. I love my fucking job. I absolutely fucking love my job. I'm going to say that right now. I absolutely love my fucking job. I fucking love it. Alright? And I'm sorry, I can't censor myself because that's how I fucking feel, folks. And I love alliteration and run-on sentences and iambic pentameter. And I gotta pee. Going up. But I want to draw Stitch for Brendan for his wall. And I've got crayons. I've got markers. Look, I've got blue markers. I've got a purple one. I've got pink. This has glitter in it. It's a glitter, pink glitter for in his ears. He's got pink ears and like a purple nose and blue eyes, and he's blue, dark blue with blue. He's blue and pink and purple. All of our favorite colors. And then I can just use crayon or something to blue. It's going to be mostly blue. It's like that song. I'm blue, ba-da-bee-da-da-bee. I got that record. I don't know where it is, but I'm blue, da-ba-dee-ba-da-da, da-ba-dee-da-ba-da-dee-ba-dee-ba. Okay, this is cool. This is not the Kiss version. This is the original Rod Argent version of God Gave Rock and Roll to Us. From Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. I'll be right back. Folks, this is my prize, one of them. I've got a bunch of prized possessions. Prize, all-time possessions of all time. And God bless my mother, all right? In 1983, 1982, all right? 1982, at the Front Row Theater, Liberace. And my mother took me to go see him. It was my first concert until like 4 or 5 years later. She took me to go see the Steve Miller Band with the Little River Band or something was there. Kansas, one of them. And so we waited in line afterwards and met the fucking guy. I met Liberace as an 8-year-old. No, I was 10. 82. I was 10. This is my prized possession. Look, it's Liberace signed it 1982 to me. Little Brandon. He doesn't have my name on it, but he drew a little piano with a candelabra. I was going to say swastika, but a candelabra. Love Lee Liberace 1982. I've had this for 40 years. And I absolutely fucking adore it and love it. So it's going up on my wall here, folks. God bless my mother for being that cool and fucking weird. That's probably why I'm gay, because I saw Liberace on stage and I want to be him. Like when I saw him, I said, that's me. That is me. I am him. Because he comes up and he says, oh, do you love my rings? All of my rings? He says, you should. You paid for them. You know? Fucking Paul Lynde. That, you know? Jesus Christ. You don't do that to a little kid and not expect him to not be a homosexual. And I had a horrific lisp. I still do because I sucked my finger. I have a mouth fetish sensation, you know? Jesus, I always had. I still do. But, so I was in speech therapy class for 6 years. My entire school career. Half an hour a week on Fridays, you know? I had to leave the class and everybody knew what I was doing. I called it the Future Homosexuals of America Club, because that's everybody that turned out was. Terry O'Neill. Terrence, and he's married now. He's got a different name. Terrence and his husband Darren. Terrence and Darren. He was in it too. Who else? Probably Proofer. He was in a different school. You know? You have to correct your S's. Like, say your S. An S. An S. An S. You had to slowly sound your S's. I bought a thesaurus. And so I just found alternative S-free words for every word that was out there, folks. That's why my vocabulary is so good. Now I don't give a shit if I have a lisp. I say fuck it, and I love to sing S's because then it's him. I'm fine with it. I am fine with it now. It's fine. I still haven't got to the art yet. This will be the next chunk. So this is part 2 of the 3rd camera test. But the next one, I'm just going to make a stitch for Brendan. From start to finish, and it will be quick. You know, I'm just going to like Tasmanian Brando through it. 17 minutes. That was good. God gave rock and roll to us. We'll make it through to everyone. And cherry pie. Oh, I gotta put that away. Here's Link Ray. Where's cherry pie? I'm on a Mexican radio. Oh, I'm gonna play this again. I love this song. I covered it. But I should do a new version. Okay. Home is where I wanna be. Home is where I want to be. Pick me up and turn me around. I feel numb, born with a weak heart. I guess I must be having fun. Less we say about it, the better. Make it up as we go along. Feet on the ground, head in the cloud.